The morning sun hung bright over downtown Chicago, casting clean light across the glass front of a private pediatric therapy center where parents in tailored suits checked phones and assistants whispered schedules, and inside the waiting hall, a small girl named Lily sat on the floor with her knees pulled to her chest, breathing, two fast fingers digging into her sleeves as the sounds around her grew louder in her head, the hum of the air conditioner, the echo of shoes, the click of a pen, all crashing together until her eyes filled and her body locked and her cry began, sharp and panicked, the kind that turns heads but scares people away because they do not know what to do. And nearby, a man in a faded blue janitor uniform pushed a cleaning cart slowly, humming to himself. His name was Daniel, a single dad who started work before sunrise so he could pick up his son from school on time. And when he heard the cry, he stopped, not because anyone told him to, but because he recognized that sound from nights with his own child when fear had no words. And he parked the cart, stepped closer and knelt down, keeping his distance so he would not seem big or threatening. And he spoke softly about the bubbles in his pocket, pulling out a small plastic tube with a wand, something he carried because it had once turned a hard day into laughter at the park with his son. And without asking questions, without touching, he dipped the wand and blew gently, sending a slow stream of shimmering bubbles into the bright air, and they floated, catching sunlight, breaking into soft colors, drifting low. And Lily's cry hitched as her eyes followed one bubble, then another. Her breathing slowed just a little, and Daniel smiled, still quiet, still patient, blowing again, counting under his breath, letting the rhythm do the work. And the room changed. People stopped whispering. Phones lowered. A receptionist froze mid-step, and across the hall behind a glass office wall, a woman stood watching her heels, still her hand resting on a designer bag. Her name was Evelyn Hart, a billionaire tech CEO known for sharp deals, sharper boundaries, and she had come only to check a schedule before a board call. But when she saw her daughter on the floor and the janitor kneeling with bubbles rising like tiny planets, she forgot the call, forgot the market, forgot everything except the way Lily's shoulders dropped and her hands unclenched. And Daniel kept blowing bubbles, not knowing who watched, not caring, because his focus stayed on the child. And he spoke gently about how bubbles float and pop, and how sometimes feelings are like bubbles too. They come, they shine, they pass. And Lily nodded, small breaths turning into steady ones, and she reached out, popping a bubble with a soft laugh that surprised even her. And when Daniel finally capped the tube, he stood, slowly gave a small, respectful nod, and returned to his cart like it was just another task on the list. But Evelyn stepped forward, her voice catching as she thanked him, and he shrugged, saying, "Kids just need something simple sometimes." And later, as daylight moved and Lily held her mother's hand, calm and quiet, the story ended there, with no applause, no cameras, only a quiet understanding born in daylight, kindness seen but not asked for. And if this story touched your heart, please like, share and subscribe to the channel Soul of Kindness, where simple acts change everything, and your support helps these stories reach more souls.